Today we're going to do a quick overview of how to add managed pricing into your Shopify app. In my last video, I talked just a little bit about managed pricing and what it is, and there were a few people asking how to implement it into your app, so wanted to do just a quick guide using the basic remix template. It's very easy to add it to your app and get started with it, so let's just jump right in. All right, so here I have a brand new app in my code editor that we're going to be working with, and first thing we're going to do is just go ahead and spin this up. And here's what that looks like. Again, it's just the basic Remix app template. So we have a main page here with a few cards and then another page with a couple other cards. So what we're going to do is add a billing page, and then I'll show you how to add in the managed pricing. Also, you can do things like query the status of a subscription to see if a shop is active, has an active plan. And then also show you how to cancel the plan. So the first step to setting up managed pricing is to get it enabled for your app. And the way you do that is through the submission, through the listing page. So you want to make sure that you select public distribution. And then you can come down here and let's choose a language for our listing language. And then after that, we'll be able to edit the listing content. Also, just want to point out real quick that in order to get to this create listing page, you do need to register for the Shopify App Store. It's a one-time App Store registration fee of $19. And so you'll probably get a pop-up prompting you to register for that before you can get to this page and view the actual listing. As far as I could tell, it does seem like a prerequisite in order to get managed pricing set up on your app and be able to even just test it. So just something to be aware of. So right here on the listing page is where we can actually set up the managed pricing. So if you scroll down to the pricing section, you can see it does have the managed pricing option selected, pre-selected for us. So now we just need to add a couple plans. So we'll add a basic plan that's free. And then let's also add a premium plan that has a monthly charge of $50. And then we can set the approval redirect URLs, and it's relative to your app URL. So you can just put the /. And now when we save that, we have our managed pricing page set up for our app. Now in the managed app pricing docs, it does show you the URL pattern that you should use to navigate to your pricing plan page. And I found you can actually also just omit the store and store handle section of the URL, and it'll just pull up the pricing plan for the app for whatever the current store is, whatever store is logged in. So we can copy this URL and we'll throw it in a new tab. Let's get rid of this store and store handle section of the URL. And then for the app handle, we'll want to just grab that. We can just grab it from our app URL. And we'll throw that here. Okay, and then this will show us our brand new pricing plan page. And this is set up through managed pricing. This is hosted by Shopify. It's not a page on our actual app. So here we can select whatever plan we want. Let's say we want the premium plan. So we'll select that, approve the charge, and now we have an active subscription on the app. So now what we're going to do is just add a billing page to this app. And then on that page, we can query subscription status so we can actually see if a store is actively subscribed. And then we can also direct users to that pricing plan page that we just saw. So over in our app, we'll come over to the app directory under routes, and then we'll just add a new file called app.billing.jsx. And then let's export default function and just call it billing. And right now we're just going to return a page, and then a layout.section, and then let's just do a button with the text view plans. And we'll give it a title of billing. And these are all just Polaris components, which you should be using in your UI. Now with Remix, all we need to do is add that route file and export a default function for the page content, and our route will be added. So the other thing we need to do, just so we can get to it easier in our app, is come to app.jsx, and this is where the nav menu is. So we'll just add a new link item under the nav menu. We'll call it app/billing since that's where our new route automatically is set up. And we'll just change the text to billing. And now when we come back over to our app, refresh the page, then we'll see our new billing page here. We click on that and we see our button for viewing the plans. So we'll just take that URL and throw it into our button link on that billing page. You can say URL equals that. Again, we'll just get rid of this store section for now. Add it in our handle again, so we'll copy that. And we want to set the target to top so it redirects us correctly. So now we can come back to our app. We'll open the billing page. We click on view plans. It will redirect us to our pricing plan page. We can see that we have currently this selected. And again, this is all hosted by Shopify, this page. So we can't do anything to affect this page. We also don't have to write any logic for selecting or downgrading or upgrading. So let's go back to our app and then let's write some code to just display our current subscription status. So this is actually very easy to do if you're using the Remix app package. So we're going to just add in our loader function for this route. And then Shopify gives us the authenticate.admin utility. And we just need to pass in the request to that. So what we can get from this though is a few different things. This is how you get the admin API and access a few other things, other utilities. But what we're interested in is the billing utility. So this comes directly from here and gives us the ability to check the current shop's subscription status. So this billing utility gives us a check method, which will return a list of all the active subscriptions, which there's only ever going to be one subscription. So I'm not sure why it's an array, but that's what it returns. So now we can return this to the client, to our client code here by returning, and we'll use the JSON utility, and let's just pass in the subscription, and we'll just get the first item in that app subscriptions array. So now here in our route, we can get that subscription from the use loader data hook. And this subscription object is going to have a few helpful properties, but let's just log this out real quick so we can see what that actually looks like. So we get the subscription ID, the line items, the name of the plan, the status, and then whether it's a test subscription. So the only thing we're really going to use right now is the name. So we can show a small banner here and just say you're on, this plan. So back in our code here where we render the button, we'll just do a conditional. So we'll say if the subscription exists, then let's set up a banner here. And we'll give it a few props. We'll give it a title and let's just say you are subscribed to the, and then here we'll throw in that subscription name, subscription.name, plan. We'll give it a tone of success, and we can actually also add an action here. So let's do that. And we'll just add an action as a button here for the banner. So we'll just add a button that says change plan. The URL will be the same URL that we're using down here. So we'll throw that in there. And then again, we can set the target to top. Okay, and then if the subscription does not exist, we'll just return this button. Okay, so we'll save that, go back to our app, and since we do have a active subscription, we're subscribed to the premium plan, it shows us that banner and says that we're subscribed. And if we click this, it'll take us to our managed pricing page. Now, if you want to give the user the ability to cancel your plan as well from your app, then we can add that in. Also do that with the same billing utility. So we'll come back to our main app and let's actually just go right back into the billing page. And for this one, we're going to use an action. And similar setup, we're going to get the billing utility from that authenticate.admin. We're also going to get the current app subscriptions so we can get the ID. And then all we're going to do is call the billing.cancel method. And then we just pass in the subscription ID for that subscription object there. So this will cancel the active subscription, and we can return some data from the action as well. So let's return just an object that says success true. So we can just access that down here in our component. And the nice thing is, as soon as this action runs, then it will also run the loader again and automatically refresh that state for us. So let's add just another button here that lets us cancel the plan. So in our code, we'll come down to the banner, and there's another property called secondary action, which will give content of just cancel plan. So when this button is hit, we want to hit our action function. So the easiest way to do that is use the use submit hook, which gives us this submit function, which basically is we'll make a post request to this route, which essentially just hits our action and calls that for us. So down here in the secondary action, we're just going to add the on action prop, and we're going to call that submit function, and we're going to specify method post, and that should hit our action. And again, once the action runs, then it'll also rerun the loader and update that state. So you come back to the app, and now when we click cancel plan, it should run that code, should run the billing.cancel utility, and then also update our status. Okay, so in this billing.cancel, I forgot to add in the ID is what we want. Okay, so let's try that again. Click cancel. Okay, and our plan was successfully canceled. You can see here the subscription is undefined now in the console. And we can do that again. So again, let's go back to our plans. We'll subscribe again. We go to billing page. Again, it has our plan info there. Just for fun, let's also add a little toast pop-up when you cancel your plan, just to let the user know that it actually was successful. So if we come in here, then we can let's just grab this action data, and there's a hook for that called use action data. And that'll basically just give us success true when it's populated. And then we can just say if action data dot success, we can use the Shopify dot toast dot show utility, and we'll just say plan successfully canceled. And we can test it out. Let's cancel the plan, and we got the pop-up. So you can see how easy it was to actually get the managed pricing configured and be able to also check subscription status and cancel plans using that billing utility. And managed pricing might not make sense for all apps. If you have more complex billing needs, it might not work for you. But if you have an app and you just want to have a few recurring pricing plans on there, then managed app pricing will obviously take care of the subscription logic for you for setting up or creating a subscription. It'll handle trial logic, prorating, discounts. It'll let you do a lot of things without much or any setup at all. I hope that was helpful. If you have any other feedback or questions or anything, just leave it down in the comments. Thanks for watching.